What's up, guys? Sneaky Cat Goblin back here with another video on this Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And today I wanted to do a video on rushing again. I think rushing is a pretty big topic in Clash of Clans, and it's what I notice a lot of people criticize me for. If there's any criticism, like, why are you so rushed? Why you rushed? And I mean, there's obviously reasons to it. I mean, when you look at a lot of bases, if you were to look at the majority of bases in Clash of Clans, I would assume that they are heavily rushed. Oh, that's just finished. Heavily rushed. They have no sense of organization because, I mean, they're building their own bases. They're not using base links and stuff. And, you know, to take the time to build out your own professional base is impressive in and of itself, but also to maintain it is another story, and keep updating it. So, you know, this is my rushed base in quotes. I would call it a strategic rushed base. But, you know, by the looks of it, some of it obviously is trash. You look at my cannons, but then you look at some of my and archer towers and bomb towers, and then you look at air defense, you know, monolith, all that stuff. And I'm trying to puzzle why people hate it so much that people rush. Or you even get criticism like, why so rushed? I think there's a certain component of like, you're not playing the game right. And that's subjective. You know, you're not playing the game by how it's intended to certain people. Now, I'm playing the game on an offensive mentality of I want to play the game where I can help out my clan the most that I possibly can, but also do it in a way that benefits me as far as saving time. Because strategic rushing, you can save months. And I won't go too much into what strategic rushing is. It's more so the premise of taking advantage of, you know, the game where over time, they have constantly decreased the amount of time it takes to upgrade things, and therefore, it's much easier and much quicker to upgrade everything than it used to be. Because before, it used to take, you know, when you first started playing the game, you know, Town Hall, when I started playing towards the end of my Clash of Clans stint, you know, it used to take, you know, 10 to 12 days for some of these, like let's call it level, I don't know, mid-level. This would be considered a mid-level upgrade now, but it's not anymore. Obviously, it's very high-tier upgrade, like a, I don't know, Town Hall 13 Expo upgrade would take, you know, 10 days if you didn't have the gold pass or something astronomical like that. Now it only takes, I need to make sure I got the gold. I'm really just trying to get the dark elixir storage. Perfect. Now it only takes, you know, 5 or 6. So that's why I rush. Now I think another component of people getting frustrated is there is got to be a component of jealousy. It's like, I've worked on, and this is like my main base. Some person pointed out to me that like, oh, you're almost maxed after so many years, because I played for like 4 or 5 years. It's like, I'm already Town Hall 15 maxed after, you know, 7, 8 months. It's like, good for you, dude. Like, that's awesome. But, you know, I didn't get the benefit of somebody who started now. And obviously I understand Clash of Clans is going to make that advantage for people. Because, you know, that was one of the main complaints of this game recently, was that, well, it's not recently, it's just overall, that the upgrades take way too long. You know, I don't want to, there was a point where upgrades were 21 days. People don't remember those, how long some of those upgrades used to take. Recently in like the 15 and 16 or 14 and 15 days. Like, they're just stupid how long these upgrades take. And it's not fun to wait for 2 weeks for something to upgrade. Especially if it's only going to give, ooh, sweet, 10 more damage per second. Like, it's not something that's like groundbreaking. You're going to get so much more DPS and your troops are going to be so much better. No, it's absolutely garbage what you get. Like the upgrades are minimal at best. And that's not fun to the casual player. Casual player is going to get annoyed. And now I don't say, for the experienced players, it's somewhat of a slap in the face because, I took that time. I spent the time to get those upgrades. And so it's a little bit frustrating for me. And I get annoyed by that. But in reality, that's just how it goes. They got to make it better for a casual player. It's a business decision, yada, yada, yada. Another thing that people, it's just online, is just people like to just be straight up dicks. Like, people, it's amazing to me, some people are like, who would take it, and I'm fairly new into my YouTube Clash of Clans career. I do have another channel, but it's not really open too much for hate because I talk about mental health. But no one's going to take advice from this Rush guy that has a terrible base. It's like, okay, you lose a little bit of credibility from the normies. I get it. But in reality, it's like, some people just they don't even watch the video. They're just going to hate it because they look at the base and it's just, ugh. And it's their preconceived notion that, this guy rushes, therefore he sucks. I'm not claiming that I'm any good at this game, but I wouldn't necessarily say I'm bad either. I would say I have no chance to do anything competitive, but I certainly enjoy the game a lot and spend a relatively, I would say, large amount of time in my gaming space playing this game because I really enjoy it. I thoroughly enjoy playing Clash of Clans, and I'm going to continue enjoying it as long as the game is relatively solid. And there's nothing that's convinced me otherwise, at least for now. So, so I enjoy the game. I think it's fun. I think that they're trying to make it better and better, but how you play the game and how you rush or how you progress is completely subjective, And in my opinion, I'm doing it in a way that's very effective instead of going back to square one and, upgrading things at a very slow pace. I'm trying to be as efficient as possible and trying to get things back up to my normal base. So now I have 2 Town Hall 16s that I can donate back and forth to each other, that I can attack basically the same bases, and if one fails, then I can attack with the other one. So I essentially have more chances, and I just thoroughly enjoy the game a little bit more. It's cool going back and doing this again, because when I started out, the game was very new. None of these features were around. There weren't even heroes when I started playing the game. And now that I can take advantage of knowing certain things on how to rush strategically and get things up, I think this is a pretty solid base, especially on the rushing front, especially with the walls. I've almost gotten Town Hall 13 walls, which, these cost 2.4 mil a piece. And the one time, I'm going to take advantage of Hammer Jam and go absolutely honey-baked ham, because then these walls are only 1.2, these walls are only 1.6, and I could reasonably get my walls up to Town Hall 14, which I think are some of the dopest walls in the game. Level 15 walls, I thoroughly like those walls, and the lava walls, I think at Town Hall 11 or Town Hall 10 are some of my favorite. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think about rushing and why people you think hate it so much. And let me know what you guys do with your base. Do you rush? Do you not rush? And why not? Or why so? Peace.